What is going on? Welcome back for Wednesday edition of some free picks in college football. Hope you're having a great week so far. We had a bit of a heartbreak last night. I do say so myself. Great, great picks. Great read. I felt good about them. It came to fruition. I mean, the ones that were close was the Hayden Wolf and the Womack. Womack hit pretty early. Harold Fannin was a monster. This kid is a beast. Like, he's someone that's on my radar for like dynasty fantasy football in the future if he gets drafted somewhere. Um, Man's a beast. But on the flip side, his quarterback does not hit. If you look at the stats, it's actually just kind of crazy to look. He has 137 yards and his quarterback has 107. That means he only threw 40 yards to other receivers. So he could not make up the difference. They were winning by a lot, so it did not make sense for them to keep throwing. That's what keeps happening in some of these games that I don't know all that much about. Is don't really know the blowout potential of these teams to really diagnose if this is a thing. But I don't think there's ever. Maybe I need to change this thinking, but I just don't think there's ever a time where I'd be like, oh, I'm going to take him under and take him over because those are not correlated together. They do not make sense, right? And it's hard to predict when you think that's going to happen. Um, I guess in a situation like this, you could take his under 90 because that's a pretty high line for a receiver, and then he would still have the. I don't know. I don't know, man. Correlation to me, they're both going to go over. They're both going to under. They're tied together, just like Wolf and Womack did. They're both going over because he hit. It's obviously not a guarantee. There's nothing guaranteed in sports betting, guys. We got to know that these sports books are making a lot of money doing this. There's not just a cheat code to this, and there's always going to be risk in every slip that we put. Um, but I've said this for quite a few times now. Great read, just didn't pan out the right way. If it was more competitive and he kept throwing, because the kid can throw, he throws quite often in most games. But once it got to be, I want to say I tuned in and it was like 31-14. I was like, this is done. All right, it might have been even 31-7, but um, we move on to the next. This was a free pick, but I have other picks going on. If you have not been here, our VIP picks have been hitting. This was from Monday Night Football. We had two different VIP winners, and I am hosting a bit of a promo for my winnable this week. If you use week 10 in your promo code, you're going to get all my free VIP picks for the whole week. So that would be Thursday night football tomorrow, all my Sunday VIP picks, Monday night football, Sunday night football. So you'd be getting all my VIP picks for free for that week. If you're not familiar with Winnable, you'd essentially just head to my store. This is essentially a place that I post my picks, and people get them based on whichever plan they're on. So if you go to like VIP picks weekly, and also guys, you're not going to find much cheaper VIP options in the space. People try to charge like 50 to $100 a week, and that's just I'm not going to do that. So go to apply promo and go to week 10 and then apply, and you'll see it shows $0. So make sure you see the zero there. If you like it for the full week, it's going to start billing you after that. You could look for future promos in the future, but in the future, $20 a week in this space, that's honestly not too bad. So let's get into some of these picks for tonight. I took a different approach. We've usually been doing just like a same game correlation pick, like one game. I'm going to change my tune a little bit. I'm just going to go with my four favorite picks for there's two or three games tonight. I just focused on, I think, two of them. Um, so starting off with Jordan Simmons, Akron running back going against Northern Illinois. So last week we made a great prediction that the team going against the Northern Illinois team would struggle to pass the ball. Like, we went under, even though they've been scoring tons of points. We made a great pick there, but Northern Illinois is still susceptible to the run. I noticed. So this is the game I'm talking about. I predicted Western Michigan quarterback would struggle, which he did. His line was like 2-something, and the receivers didn't do much. But look at this running back situation: 12 carries for 95, 16 for 80, 70. That's 8 yards an average, 5. Like, they still can get the ball ran on them. So I'm gonna take Jordan Simmons over 48 and a half. He's been a competent runner. I went back through and looked some more game logs. Like, he's been putting up solid numbers. I see no reason that this doesn't hit if he gets the usage. Like we're seeing 5-8 yards carry. This line is just too low. I think they're overcompensating for the fact that Northern Illinois defense is good, but I think there's a hole in the run game. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Now looking ahead at the other quarterback on the other side for Northern Illinois, I took Ethan Hampton under. The guy is not called on to pass a ton. He can get 15 to 20 pass attempts, and he might not even complete like 60% of those. This team is not reliant on the pass. They are a great run team. So if you go look at even this game right here, they had a guy carry the ball 23 times for 140 yards. And they were behind and still running the ball. Then they got ahead. It was close. Then they just blew them out in the third quarter. So this team is predicated on its defense and running the ball. So I did not see Ethan Hampton needing to be called upon to throw the ball a lot. All right. So that's my pick two. So for that game, Jordan Simmons over rush yards and under pass. Now for the other game, I'm focusing on both quarterbacks to go over. But for Cole Snyder, it'll be his pass yards. For Parker Navarro for Ohio, it'll be his rush yards. So Parker Navarro for the Ohio State is, again, he's not called upon a ton in terms of like attempts. But if you go check out his rushing, 13 rush attempts. I saw a different game where he rushed like eight or so times, 8 for 41. So the kid's a good rusher. Going against a Eastern Michigan team, this should be more of a competitive game than what he dealt with last against Kent State. Competitive game. He's playing at home. He's going to do whatever it takes to win. I think rushing is where his line is more attackable, more than his pass yards. Too much inconsistency, right? We want to be able to consistently predict if someone's going to go over, which when you look at Cole Snyder, there's some consistency. And if you go back through and look at some logs, the guy throws the ball plenty to have chances, right? 45 attempts. Okay. We love this. Against Akron, he threw the ball 47 times. So what is this saying? That means that they are not scared to let him rip the ball. And 200 yards, if you're throwing 40 times, like you don't need all that many yards per attempt. So good or bad game script, I think that number is just too low. We're seeing some numbers too low, boys, and I think we're going to take advantage. And we're going to be getting a 10x on this because we're not playing a same game parlay, which usually makes it like 7.5 or 8x. We're focusing on a 4 picks across 2 different games. So 10x bear. So we talked about the winnable promo. If you are looking ahead at Thursday Night Football already, BETR will give you a free pick when you sign up for the app and a deposit bonus. So you can get up to $200 of a deposit bonus, and you can get a free pick with the Jaden Daniels. They spelled his name wrong there. Forgot the Y. It happens. So I've already kind of been taking a peek at some things. What I really like about BETR is these boosted multiplier boost, because let's just say in theory I made a slip. I could go Terry over. Oh well, of course they are good about correlation. I will tell you. So let's just say I'm going to keep Daniels, and then I'm going to go on the other side. Jalen Hurts rush yards. Ooh, that's a good one. And then AJ Brown over. So 3 picks, that goes for 20x. Okay, that's pretty juicy. So if I don't think I'd love this line. Let's just change this. If I went to like Terry McLaurin, 91 yards. He went for like 80 something last week. Phillies secondary, it's a little better. Let's just see. So three if you have 2 multipliers, it goes for 20x. That's kind of crazy. But BETR's been a lot of fun to play on because of these, and you can create like mega lineups. Like you can do up to I think 8 legs, and if you throw in a multiplier boost or 2, shit gets like crazy. You can go across all games. It's not just locked into one game. Tillman's been balling lately. I'm getting sidetracked here. Got these 4 picks. I'm going to lock these in, post them to winnable. Remember, week 10 is that code to get a free week of VIP. I appreciate you stopping by for a Wednesday edition of Free Picks. Hope we make some money today. I will see you for Thursday Night Football. Make sure you check back in tomorrow. If this is your first time here, first off, welcome. Hit the subscribe button. But I will see you tomorrow for Thursday Night Football. That is where we make our money. NFL, baby. Have a great one. See you tomorrow.